plastered on my fake happy birthday face. Gosh, you guys! Yes! Wow! You really did surprise me. I had no idea anyone even knew it was my birthday. My surprise was genuine, but I also did a pretty commendable job at sounding pleased. Score one for me. Dr. Pullman told us you should thank her. Dell pointed at the tall brunette with the $200 haircut and ridiculously impractical high-heeled shoes. I swung my gaze toward Hillary Pullman, the one person in town who knew unequivocally I didn't want a fuss made today. She was my professional colleague, my most trusted confidant, and until 10 seconds ago, my closest friend. We'd met during our plastic surgery residency and bonded over the trials and tribulations of being a woman in medicine. Nothing quite cements a friendship like sharing a post-call toothbrush before morning rounds. Hillary had grown up in Belle Harbor, and our friendship was half the reason I'd chosen to practice here. But, friend or not, she knew I hated birthday parties in my honor. I squinted at her and tried to look fierce, but she was a foot taller than me in those damn heels. I was at a distinct disadvantage. She returned a guileless smile and shrugged in her typical, sorry, but not really, fashion. She stepped away from the cluster of birthday revelers. The hem of her fitted black pencil skirt barely cleared the bottom of her white lab coat. Some might say that skirt was too short, and they'd be right. But in all honesty, if I had legs like hers, I'd wear skirts like that too. Unfortunately, I didn't, and so I couldn't. I was 5'2". Nothing was short on me except for me. Hillary picked up a spatula from the table with her graceful fingers and handed it to me, handle first. Happy birthday, Evie. I know this isn't as sharp as what you're used to, but here you go. Don't stab me with it. She winked playfully. I took the spatula and tried to glare at her without letting the others see, but she was entirely immune to my annoyance. It wasn't that she didn't notice, she just didn't care. Hillary thought her role in our friendship was to taunt me and cajole me out of my comfort zone. Somewhere along the line, she'd decided it was her job to loosen me up. But I didn't need loosening up. I liked myself just the way I was. Most of the time. Dell wheezed and clasped her hands in front of her massive double Ds. Well, make a wish, Dr. Rhoades. Blow out the candle. I smiled at her, and then the others, trying so valiantly to make it seem legit that it almost felt as if it were. Their intentions were good, after all. Maybe this birthday wouldn't be so bad. 35 wasn't that old. At least there were no doomsday banners or balloons declaring me over the hill, no dead flower bouquets or black decorations, just confetti and a tiara. I could handle this. I cleared my throat and took a breath. Thank you, everyone. This is really very sweet. These past few months here in Belle Harbor have been wonderful, and you've all made me feel right at home. I can't think of anything else I need to wish for. How about a husband? Dell called out, giggling again, and nodding at the others, perspiration gleaming against her dark forehead. Oh, she was hilarious, wasn't she? Heckling me on my own birthday. That was one disadvantage of moving to such a small, close-knit community, the complete lack of privacy. Being the newest doctor in town had made me as fascinating an object of curiosity to the good people of Belle Harbor as a meteorite striking the cross of the St. Aloysius Church of the Immaculate Conception. Everyone in town seemed to know I lived alone in a tiny apartment, wanted to buy a house on the lakeshore, and that I was perpetually single. That last fact weighed heavily on everyone's mind. Everyone's except mine, that is. I still had plenty of time to find a husband. Assuming I even wanted one, which I didn't. Most of the time. I also didn't want this room full of people speculating about